What's up guys, I'm Olivia.
And I'm Kyle.
And we're driving and vibing.
Today we are talking about transitioning into RV life with Kevin and Maria, and it's quite apt because after a year of preparation, they are in their first month of full-time RV life.
So you guys stay tuned and hear about all their amazing journey. Welcome back to our channel, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. And if it's your first time here, we would love for you to subscribe and join the Vibe Tribe.
We are so fortunate today to be with Maria and Kevin, and they are also known as From Paris to Rome in the online world. So how's it going, guys?
Going good.
Yeah, we've had the opportunity to hang out with these guys a bit and get to know them better. We got to eat some awesome Mexican food and we took a walk by the bay. We've just kind of been hanging out and drinking tea, and we were going to film this interview together and just kind of just kept talking and talking and we thought we should probably hit record and get some of this down because they're pretty cool folks.
And one of the things that we're really excited to talk about today is that they're new to the road, so their transition is fresh, so we can really get that fresh perspective. And that's kind of where I want to start off today is what in the world even let you know that RV life was a thing?
Oh man, okay, so we had no clue that this even existed. It actually stemmed from a medical scare that we had, and we were seeking freedom. So we knew we were going to sell our house and we were not going to live the way we were living before. So we knew that. And then he came up with the crazy idea of why don't we just move into a rig, and with the premise that RV park rentals are cheaper than our mortgage.
Oh.
So this was a way of saving money. Plus we love to travel anyways, and it was a bucket list thing for us for retirement.
Yeah.
And so we thought, why not now?
And whenever you made that decision, or whenever you really started considering it, did you know that RV life was a thing on the internet, or that was a thing you found out after the fact?
Yeah, we had no clue.
Yeah.
When he told me, I thought he was crazy, and I didn't even know this was a thing.
I get that a lot.
yeah. So I was very resistant to it, and then I got on YouTube and I started researching, and I found you guys and other people, and it started making a lot more sense, and now we're here.
And from the time you decided definitively this is what we're gonna do to the point where you moved into your rig, how long of a process was that?
Well, we've had the rig for almost a year.
Mm-hmm.
We just moved in a week and a half ago.
All right.
So a lot of that was due to the process of the renovation and getting prepped. Also, too, our rig was stationed an hour from where our house was.
Mm.
So a lot of that, I think,
took us a long time.
sometime somewhere between life and laziness,
Yes.
has led us to here and getting in. So we're still working on it. Blue tape, in case you can see that in the
See?
background. We're
Yeah.
still working on a few things.
And their rig is beautiful. They have done some amazing renovations. It's one of the nicest we've ever seen. It feels the most like a home of any that we've been in, really.
It does.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, I would love to show some B-roll of it if you don't mind. Because the
Absolutely.
kitchen is awesome. I really love that kitchen.
Yes, it has just a beautiful balance, and it feels so open and spacious. So you guys have done a great job
Thank
with
you.
it.
Yeah, can you tell everyone what rig this is and kind of what led you to it?
Yeah, so this is a 2008 Dutchman Grand Junction, fifth wheel. It has 4 slide outs. And initially we needed a separation of office space because of our remote jobs that we already had. So we knew we needed this type of layout. We needed office space and then living space.
Mm-hmm. So you talk about remote jobs you already have. But you had stationary jobs in the beginning, right?
We did at some point, but I then transitioned to remote. He's been remote for about 5 years.
Oh,
so,
wow.
So we were living in a house. We were stationary, but at home, having remote jobs.
That is awesome to hear because so many people that we talk to, find out about RV life and then search for remote jobs. I've never heard of someone having one for 5 years. That is really cool. It kind of gives you an awesome head start.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely allow for that flexibility.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we were very intentional with when I was seeking employment. He already had a remote job, and we both loved traveling. So I knew I was very intentional in the job that I sought out, and we traveled a lot with it. We would just take our laptops with us to hotels, and 5 o'clock close it up and explore the area that we were at. So
That's really
yeah, so we were very intentional at first.
We missed you on your way to Texas, but now you're
Yes,
coming back from
yes.
Texas, and you stopped by the RVE Summit, which is the RV Entrepreneur Summit. It's held every year in February, I guess. What was that experience like? And just kind of, can you explain what it is at first, I guess, to everyone? Because we've never been before.
So the RVE Summit is it's an amazing event put on by Heath and Alyssa Paget, and basically is a collection of, I mean, just this awesome community of RVers and who are making their businesses and their livelihood on the road. And we got a lot of inspiration and a lot of encouragement, a lot of tips, and it was just really neat to see, not just meet people, which was our favorite part, really, just building a community and building relationships, but seeing the amazing ways that people are making money on the road.
Yeah.
Things that we would have never thought of, and they're rocking it and doing great. And so it was a really good event.
It just really opened up your eyes to the possibilities of what you can do. And I think for us, that is still one of the big questions. What am I going to do long term? How am I going to support myself? How am I going to get away from that 9-to-5 job that I might have today? So
yeah, I think for us, we were so stuck in the corporate life where you don't have room to think about your passions or what you could, you know, what would your life look like if you thought of out of the box, because we were in the box the entire time.
Right.
So this really, it pushed us to think outside of the box and reflect on what we really like. And that's so weird to think about, that in you're 30, 40 years old and you don't know what you really like. So so in that regard, it's been really amazing, because now we're exploring different things that we never thought we would.
Yeah, it's really a journey, not just to RV, but a journey to discover your passions and who you are, who we are as a couple, and your identity outside of, you know, working for the man.
Yes. I love that so much.
I agree 100%, and that was very much how we felt getting on the road. To this day, I think we're still finding ourselves and what we enjoy and love. And you mentioned earlier that you're starting to get into photography and just experiment with that and maybe create an income stream from that. And if people wanted to get a taste of that, could they follow your Instagram, From Paris to Rome?
Yes, absolutely, and Maria Site Photography.
Awesome. So we'll link all those both in the description and in the comment section, so it's easy to find. But you also do another interesting job from the road, and this is something that I think a lot of people would be interested to hear about.
Yeah, so I teach online to kids in China. I teach them English, so it's pretty interesting. You know, to be in a classroom with someone that's 13 hours away across the world, and they think it's the coolest thing to have a friend in America. So it's a lot of fun. I get to make my own schedule.
Oh, very cool.
As long as I have internet, you know, Wi-Fi, whatever, you know, and a laptop and a headset, I'm good to go.
That's great. And we've even talked to one of our friends who, you know, has like a degree in English and was a teacher in the past. So like people in that field too, that sounds like a great option for them of remote work. It's doing some type of classes or tutoring or things online.
It's amazing because my degree's in nursing, so it's not in teaching at all. But as long as you have a degree and some sort of experience with children, even if it's babysitting or whatever it is, you can qualify, and it's been amazing. You know, I've taught in the back of our dually at a Walmart parking lot. You know?
A few times,
But no one would know because it's set up as though a classroom, and you have the like crop of that film or the video that you're taking.
A shower curtain does wonders. I've taken it to New York with me, to a hotel. Yeah, so anywhere I go, it looks cohesive, and the kids think I'm at home, and so it's really cool. You can do it from anywhere. There's so many things you can do online, which is neat.
And I do want to ask, because you said you can create your own schedule for it, but how many hours a week are you talking about working and tutoring? Is it like a 5 days a week thing, or?
It depends. You're an independent contractor, so you sign up for as much as you want.
Oh,
right now, I'm working 7 days a week, but I'm doing very limited hours because we're traveling and it's our first time. Usually I will do 5 days a week, and I will work maybe 4 a.m. to 10 a.m. and then I'm done for the day. Sometimes if I need extra hours, you know, because I left my corporate job, I will work some evenings to pick up extra. So, and each class is 25 minutes. So it's short, and you feed off on their energy. It's actually a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
So one thing that we are very curious about is how has your transition been to full-time RV life? Because you're brand new.
Yes, we are brand new to full-timing in the RV. It's been a passion for a long time. This is something we wanted to do. My grandparents did it, got the little postcards in the mail. I just grew up with, this is what I want to be when I grow up, kind of thing. It's not all roses and rainbows, as Maria would say. It's definitely a learning opportunity. It can be a lot of hard work. We've had a torn roof. We've had a
dented.
a dented bumper. We've had a
Stuck
blown
in the
out
mud.
tire.
Yeah.
And I'm not handy at all. I'm
Oh,
learning to
flooded
be
basement.
handy.
Yeah.
You know, but it's fulfilling the dream. There's a lot of work, but there's also developing a lot of passion for this as well.
Yeah.
The
So I think that-
rewards
yes,
are
definitely outweigh.
the sacrifice, or if you could call it that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had a fight with a nightstand. The
Lost.
nightstand won.
Yeah. I was the other guy.
Yeah, it's an adjustment. You know, we're coming from a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom house to this space, which is big, but it's still an adjustment. So,
Yeah.
you know, not being able to find things or, you know, things like that. It's an adjustment, but it's been fun. I think today specifically, when we got here to Fairhope, which is beautiful, he walked around the campground for a little bit, and we have donkeys out back and whatnot. And when he came back, he told me, this is really beautiful here, and this is a place we wouldn't have seen had we not been in the rig.
Yes.
And so those moments when you sit back and you see the beautiful scenery and you're just like, wow, okay, this is cool.
Yeah.
It's worth it. So
I agree with that. You know, because it does have so many challenges, and I've probably never changed a tire in my life until we got this rig, and now I've changed at least like 8 tires through time. But seeing these towns, you know, we have been to so many communities across the country that there would be no reason for us to go if we were just
No.
living a sticks and bricks life.
Not at all. And there is this huge learning curve in the beginning, and there are so many repairs and new
Right.
things, new unknowns all the time. But once you tackle them, you feel so accomplished and
Yes.
proud of yourself
I'm learning
afterwards.
that.
Yes.
And you're gonna know your rig so well.
Mm.
So like in the future, if anything like this ever happens again, you're like, I've got experience with this.
I did that a couple times. So.
And I will not hit my nightstand.
Yes.
My head on the nightstand
So
again.
careful. I'll wear a helmet now to bed. So.
Are there any places that you are absolutely dying to hit, like to visit? You know, as far as for us, it was going out west and being in awe of the space and scenery. But is there anything that sticks out for you guys?
Ugh.
Maine, Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, you know, those are all the big spots, but we also love the desert as well. You know, he lived in Arizona and Reno as well.
Yeah.
You know, he proposed to me in Zion,
Oh.
and so we love the West. We
Yeah.
love the national parks, and we can't wait to get out there and not just go for a couple of hours, and we have to go because our plane leaves the next day. To be able to, you know, actually enjoy the year pass.
Yes.
You know, it's gonna be a lot of fun. We love nature, we love hiking, and so to be able to actually really get in there, it's gonna be neat.
You're gonna love it. Being able to fall asleep under those stars and walk out your
Can't
door
wait.
and
I
see
know.
just mountains on your horizon. It's a completely different feeling of just peace, and it's like, this is exactly where I'm
gonna
supposed
have-
to be right now.
You paint an amazing
We're gonna have to caravan with them.
Yes.
Our first
We would love
move
that.
at the
I know,
same
come on.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
What piece of advice from a fresh newbie RVer do you have to somebody who hasn't made that leap yet to RV life?
Just do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not easy, but it's so worth it. It's so great. I think the RV community is amazing. We were so afraid to even back up the first time, you know, because we didn't even have time to practice. The first time we took it out, it was because of a hurricane. So we had never even towed anything, and we've had angels at every campground. Everyone is so kind. So any fears that you may have, just throw them out the window and just go.
Awesome.
We definitely can second that sentiment. Like, the RVing community is so amazing, and they're so supportive and willing to help
Yeah.
you if you need help in any way that they can.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And before we leave, can you introduce us to this beautiful creature?
This is Mia, our mini Schnauzer, 2 years old. Just a little nervous right now, a little clingy, but as you can see.
She took to Kyle and Olivia very quickly, which she normally doesn't do, so she knows good people.
Yeah, she's
she's
a
a vibe
sweetie.
triber now.
Yes.
Yes, she's adorable. We've had fun playing with her.
Thank you guys so much for just hanging out with us today and then
No,
creating
thank
this video
you.
with us, because it's awesome to meet you guys.
Yes,
you for
it's
the
been so
opportunity.
great, and it's been nice, you know, kind of corresponding back and forth online and stuff, but being able to meet people in person, actually put a face with it. Now we're gonna see you guys all over
Yes.
the place. I know this will not be our last meeting together.
And if you guys are interested in following Kevin and Maria from Paris to Rome, we'll put all those links below. I strongly encourage it because they have an awesome Instagram. Their YouTube is just getting started.
Yes.
But everyone go over and subscribe to them and give them that encouragement because, yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for sitting down with us today and talking to us and everything. And thank you guys for joining us for this interview. Hopefully this was super fun and helpful for you guys too. If it was, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and join the Vibe Tribe. And we'll see you guys next time.
Later on.
Bye.
Bye.